c'est avec beaucoup d'émotion que j'exerce ma liberté aujourd'hui en étant ici avec vous. Et lorsque je venais pour vous rejoindre, je me demandais que peut-on faire? Que peut-on faire? Et en arrivant, j'ai eu cette extraordinaire nouvelle de savoir que quelqu'un que j'avais cherché depuis ma libération, à qui je dois beaucoup et que je n'avais pas pu contacter, j'ai été informée que le professeur Elie Wiesel allait être ici parmi nous, et c'est pour moi un immense privilège. Et c'est un immense privilège parce que lorsque j'étais en captivité, aux mains de terroristes, je me sentais abandonnée. Et je sentais que ma situation n'intéressait personne. Et puis il y a eu une voix qui est allée s'unir à la voix de mes enfants. Et cette voix, c'est celle du professeur Elie Wiesel. Et à partir de là, le combat de ma famille et de tous ceux qui voulaient nous sortir de cette captivité s'est renforcé et est devenu possible. Et puis, au cours du temps, et très vite, nous avons eu la bénédiction d'une opération militaire qui nous a permis de sortir de cette captivité. C'est pour ça que je parle de ce bonheur de me retrouver avec le professeur Elie Wiesel, parce que je pense que c'est justement cela qu'il faut faire. Quand on est dans l'ombre, on a besoin de lumière. La lumière, elle est apportée par la voix de ceux qui ont de la lumière. Et je me sens très émue, très soulagée aussi de partager ce moment avec des personnes aussi extraordinaires, comme M. Patrick Kennedy, comme le général Clark, comme le général Jones qui vient de partir, comme Maître Bourdon qui est ici aussi avec nous. Et je voudrais remercier tous ceux qui ont fait possible que cette réunion se tienne aujourd'hui et que nous puissions parler de ce qui s'est passé à Ashraf. Alors, comme Elie Wiesel, moi je dois vous confesser que je n'étais pas au courant de la tragédie et du génocide à Ashraf. Et je considère que je suis une personne informée, qui m'intéresse pour ce qui se passe dans le monde. Et pourtant, voilà, ai-je manqué le journal d'information justement le jour où l'information a été reportée? Je ne sais pas. Ce que je sais, c'est que du moment où j'ai appris ce qui se passait à Ashraf, j'ai voulu en savoir plus. And when I began my research, trying to know what was happening in Ashraf, I found an incredible amount of information that just made me uncomfortable. And I want to share with you this information because what I'm convinced today is that if we want to do something, we have to bring light to Ashraf. And light is the truth, because we are surrounded in a world of lies. And we have to confront those lies. The first thing that I encountered as an information about this movement, the Mujahideen and the opposition of Iran, was that you were communists. So I had to ask if you were communist, because that's on the net. And, well, I found out that you were not. And even if you had been communist, it wouldn't have changed anything. But the thing is that there's this lie that changes the way we interact with people. I want you to know that I was abducted for 6.5 years by a communist movement. So, of course, I could have felt a little bit uncomfortable being in a communist party. But no, even if it had been a communist party, looking at the images I have seen, it doesn't change anything. But what changes is the intention of saying that this movement is a communist movement. As other things that have been said, that this movement and this political opposition is a sect, is a cult. And I want to tell you, with all my respect, that what I see here is not anything related to anything. But I can understand why the people that want to harm your ability to fight for freedom in Iran want to point to you as a sect movement or as a cult, because perhaps that's what they want you to be and that you're not. Because perhaps it would be easier to fight you if you were just a cult. I stumbled into other information that, of course, has to be confronted to. I read that one of the accusations made to the PMOI is that the movement would have participated in the massacre of Kurds in Iraq. And I had to do my investigation and find the testimonies of people in Iraq, Iraqi people, telling otherwise, and telling that you never participated in any kind of actions against the Kurds, but in fact, that they think that you are respectful people. And the term that I read that was used and that moved me, because I thought that was so beautiful, that you were respectful hosts in Iraq. How beautiful to just see that there is this other part of Iraq welcoming your presence and respecting you and wanting you to stay. Because, of course, what we're debating here is propaganda, defamation, in order to just impede that you as a movement could want the possibility of freeing Iran and bringing democracy and light to your beloved country. I found something that I think the world should know, because I didn't, that our countries, the Western world, got to know about the nuclear stations and program in Iran thanks to you. You were the one revealing this information to the world. So the question is, how can governments, strong governments, serious governments, put a label on a movement that has fought for freedom, that had brought information for peace in the world, and that had surrendered all its weapons? How can it be labeled as terrorist? The only explanation is realpolitik. The only explanation is that sometimes we're dealing with governments that are looking for their interests and not to fight for principles. And of course there are interests. There are many interests. But if I'm here, it's because I believe that we have to change the world. And we have to change the world in all the aspects that we don't like of this world we live in. And one of the things I'm not comfortable with is when I see that dark interests are the ones who dictate the decisions for all of us, the people of the democracies, the ones who want to vote and to participate. If I had to vote, I would vote for you guys. I would vote for people wanting freedom, wanting peace, wanting, yes, respect for women's rights, of course. And I'm not comfortable with any appeasement, real politics. And I think that we have to confront lies with truth, and we have to confront hatred with love. I am convinced that we have to change the world. This Arab Spring is very good news for those of us who want to change the world, because it's telling us that utopias can become reality. Today I heard the news, I don't know if you have heard it, but I just want to share it with you because I think it's so amazing and so beautiful. In Tunisia, the new Tunisia, there is this law that had just passed granting a special right to women, but I think it's so special that we should just think about it. It's a law saying that there should be equal number of women and men in the legal assemblies, in the parliament. Don't you think that's amazing? Wow, how beautiful. So we need to be strong. We need to be together. I am not feeling alone anymore because I know with all these incredible people that you invited, Mariam, what an incredible choice you made. And I'm sure we're going to work for you, and not for you, for us, for our dignity. For something that for me is very special. Je voudrais le dire en français, et c'est gagner le droit à être libre. Il faut gagner ce droit, il faut le mériter, le droit à la liberté. Et c'est parce que nous pouvons être ensemble, que nous pouvons lutter ensemble, que nous pouvons être solidaires et nous accompagner et nous tenir la main et ne pas nous abandonner et ne pas nous oublier, que nous gagnons le droit à être libres. Et c'est parce que nous sommes ici libres en France aujourd'hui que nous avons le devoir de lutter pour ceux qui luttent pour leur liberté à Ashraf et qui nous ont donné l'exemple de donner leur vie pour préserver la dignité de nous tous, hommes libres, femmes libres du monde. Merci.